Hello dear students, how are you all? I know you all are good, fit and fine and you all are studying regularly as your exams are very near now. So students, go through with the syllabus once and revise each and every chapter very minutely. You must work hard to attain good marks. And if you get any doubt, any query, what you have to do? That is what you are doing since beginning. You can write down your doubt, your question in the comment box, right? So let's start with today's class. Students, in the last class, we completed our chapter number 1 of book term 2. And with that video, I sent the PDF of book exercise. And copy work we already done in our notebooks. So students, complete your chapter number 1. And today we will be starting with a new chapter. So let's get started. Students, as you know, we done our chapter number 1, our organ systems. Now students, second chapter, safety and first aid, is not in your syllabus. Okay, you will study this chapter in detail in your class 5. Okay, so it's simply put across here, this chapter will not come in your exam. Now come to chapter number 3, fiber and fabric. But this chapter is for reading purpose and activity chapter. Activity we already done during the presentation time, right? You done a presentation on clothes. Okay, so now we will read this chapter, understand this chapter, and will do its book exercise. Okay, so let's start with chapter number 3, fiber and fabric. Students, in our this chapter, fiber and fabric, we will discuss about different types of clothes. As we know, clothes are our basic needs, right? They protect us from heat, cold, rain, insects, etc. Right? That is why they are very important. And we wear varieties of clothes depending upon climate, depending upon occasion, right? If there is sun or in summer season, we wear cotton clothes, while in winter season we wear woolen clothes, right? Depending on the occasion means according to our occasion we change our clothes. In party we wear very bright and colorful clothes, and while going to bed or while going to sleep we wear night suit, right? Students, we wear different type of clothes according to our traditions as well. As you can see, a Punjabi man wearing turban over their head, while a Kerala man don't wear turban, right? A Punjabi woman usually wear kurta pajama, while a Kerala woman wear dhoti or sari, right? So our clothing system depends upon our tradition and our culture as well. Students, clothes are worn depending upon the job people do, and these special clothes are known as uniform. You come to school by wearing school uniform, right? Similarly, doctors, soldiers, firemen, etc., they are having different uniforms according to the job they do. So clothes also depend upon profession. So hence we discuss several factors upon which clothes wearing depends. The very first is climate, second tradition, right? Third occasion, whether you have to go to party or you have to sleep, according to that you change your clothes. And fourth factor is profession, what job you do. Friends, did you ever wonder what clothes are made up of? Let's discuss about that. So let's understand the journey of cloth with the help of this flow chart. Students, as you can see, cloth is what? It is the finished product, but it undergoes a huge process of making. So clothes are made up of fabric. Okay, clothes are made up of fabrics that are woven or knitted to make clothes. When you touch different clothes, you can feel different textures, right? Thus, one fabric is different from another fabric. So, 2 or 3 fabrics combine together to form a finished product, and that finished product is known as clothes. Okay, now by what fabric is made up of? Fabric is made up of yarn. Okay, when 2 or 3 yarns combine together, they form fabric. Now what is the yarn? Students, yarns are the thin threads. Okay, they are the thin threads, and these thin threads knitted together to form a fabric. Okay, now these threads are of different quality. When you touch a fabric, you can feel that different fabric are of different textures, right? Why? Because they are made up of different threads. Now, from where these threads come, from where the yarn come, bache, it is from the fiber. Okay, now what is the fiber? Fiber is the actually raw material. For example, if we take a cotton cloth, so cotton is the raw material. Cotton is converted into fiber. Okay, cotton is converted into very thin thread like material, a very huge thread or very fine thread. That is fiber, and that fiber again redefined, and that is converted into yarn. Yarn is thin threads, right? And then these yarns, 2 or 3 or several yarns are combined together to form a fabric. Fabric is what? It is the piece of a cloth. Okay, they are the woven material. Now these piece of a cloth are then converted into dresses, or they converted into finished product, and that finished product bache we wear, and that is the cloth. Okay, these fibers are of two types, natural and man-made. We obtain fiber from nature. Okay, and in the nature, some fibers are obtained from plants while some from animals. From plants, for example, we get cotton, jute, etc. And from animals, we get wool, silk. Okay, so these fibers are taken from the nature and hence known as natural fibers, while some fiber are man-made, or you can say they are the artificial fibers which are created by the man using natural fibers only. For example, nylon. Okay, so the other name of man-made fibers are synthetic fiber or artificial fiber. Now let's understand about the whole process with the help of a video.
Food, shelter and clothing are the three basic needs of every individual. All three are equally important, and human beings have always been experimenting with these three needs. A constant struggle to make something better has always been the reason behind the modifications and advancements made. That holds good in case of clothing as well. Since the prehistoric era, there has been a drastic change in the clothes that humans wear. Early man used only the large leaves of trees to cover the body. With time, it was seen that even animal skin can be used as a cover for the body. Soon, animal fur, fleece and skin were employed as clothes. However, these were not clothes in true sense, right? They were helpful in covering the body, no doubt. But clothes that we use today are not leaves of plants directly. We use plant products to synthesize fine threads which are woven further into beautiful fabrics. These are useful in making clothes that we wear. Let's understand the beautiful science behind the process of making fibers and turning them into fabrics. To begin with, let's understand a few terms. What are fibers? In simple words, these are significantly long threads. Extremely long threads that can be converted into yarns. And what are yarns, by the way? Yarns are nothing but the long continuous threads that can be directly woven into fabrics. And before you ask what fabrics are, these are the pieces of cloth that we use for making our clothes. That means the yarn is interwoven to form pieces of fabric that can be cut and stitched to make clothes. So fibers are the threads which are used to make long and continuous usable threads called yarns. These yarns are then woven into fabrics which are used to make stitched clothes for us. Simple, isn't it? So in order to learn about the fabrics, we need to understand the types of fibers first. What do we mean by types of fibers? Fibers are just thin and long threads, right? Not entirely so. Tell me, which types of clothes are preferred by us during summer? Soft and light clothes usually made up of cotton, right? And during winter? Cozy and thick woolen clothes occupy the list. Bags which are made up of fabric need to be strong rather than comfortable. This tensile strength is provided by jute fibers. And what about the soft and glossy clothes used in daily life? They are made up of acrylic fibers. These few examples indicate that there are a variety of fabrics available for our use. For our simplicity, we divide fibers into two major categories. One category is natural fibers and the second category is synthetic fibers. Natural fibers, as the name says, are obtained from natural sources. So what could the sources be? Needless to say, the sources would be both plants and animals. Can we list a few examples of each type? Plants like cotton and jute give us natural fibers. Similarly, animals like sheep, goat, camel, and so many are also used for their fur and fleece. In contrast to these natural fibers, the synthetic ones are made by us in the laboratories or industries, to be precise. Nylon, polyester, acrylic, all these fibers are the best examples to study the synthetic fibers category.
So students, I hope you understood the concept well. I am again saying, bache, this chapter will not come in your exam. This is just for the reading purpose. Okay. Now we will meet in next video. Till then, keep learning. Bye.